Hello, everybody. How are you? This is Becky. Greetings from Taipei, Taiwan. Contrary to the modern trend of burying children in an avalanche of toys, games, and apps, a big empty box is a better starting point for creative and imaginative play. Children can decide how to change the box into something they can use for pretend play, like a castle, shop, cave, robot, and so on. Then they can use their imagination and the problem-solving skills to turn ideas into reality. I see a public service advertisement on TV showing pictures of different children asking questions of adults. One child says with the hopeful eyes, "Mommy, please read to me, okay?" Another child says in a longing tone, "Dad, can you throw ball with me?" Another child said eagerly, "Grandma, can you sing to me? Please, please." The message in the ad is that the first 5 years of a child's life are very important for their physical and mental development. If parents are willing to spend time with them, I think spending time with children should be continued as they grow older, although in different forms appropriate to the age. I find that as long as parents are willing to spend time having fun with their kids naturally want to respond enthusiastically. But many parents would nag and lecture throughout the process instead of allowing it to happen organically. When that happens, kids understandably do not want to repeat that experience. Many parents hope that their children will become high achievers, so they provide their children with an abundance of material things such as gourmet food, designer clothing, fancy housing, and the transportation, or send them to tutorial courses to show their love for their children. But why do children often fail to understand and appreciate the painstaking efforts of their parents? Why do the children instead respond with rebellion? As a result, the tension and the conflict between parents and the children increases day by day. Many parents complain to me that their kids value friends and the electric devices over parents and the siblings. Successful learning needs appetite, just as eating does. If the child has a good appetite, then eating is no longer a problem for parents. We have all seen parents struggle with their children at every meal, exhausted by the need to urge, chase, coerce, scold, and beg. Every meal is an ordeal, and the parents feel so frustrated. One parent told me her teenaged son needs command for each movement while eating. He always looks at his phone all the time. When the parent brought the plate to him and placed in front of him, he continued to focus on the phone. Mom would prepare something else on the other side of the kitchen. She would say, "Eat." Then the son took a bite. And then the mother would say, "Chew." And the son would and the mother then say, "Swallow." Then the son swallow the food. Every meal is like that. Can you imagine how painful that was for the mother? The appetite for learning can be cultivated. Children are naturally curious, and they like to explore and study a leaf, a bug, or even plain dirt. But think about the usual parental response to their curiosity in this area. "Oh, it's so dirty. Throw it away and wash your hands." On the other hand, when the child brings a leaf in, the parents can say in surprise, "Wow, what is that? Where did you get it? What kind of tree does this leaf come from? Let's check it online together." One father told me his son found an injured hummingbird on the ground and the child insisted to rescue the bird. So the dad went online with the son, and they found a hummingbird haven about more than 1 hour's of drive away. Guess what? The father took the son there. I was really moved by the story. When children are encouraged to develop a good habit of learning, everything seems simpler to children with a robust desire to learn. They absorb knowledge like a sponge. Once children acquire an appetite for learning, parents can relax a little because children hungry for knowledge can be spontaneous, indomitable, and can consistently demonstrate good habits. In their book, Meaningful Difference in the Everyday Experience of Young American Children, authors Betty Hart and Todd Risley pointed out a child's ability to learn language corresponds directly with the relationship to the parents. The frequency of interaction makes a big difference in children's speaking ability, comprehension, and the vocabulary. I have a story to tell about my daughter and granddaughter. When my granddaughter was 4 or 5 years old, she was trying to learn to swim. So she stood in the shallow end of the pool, and my daughter stood in the deep end of the pool. And remember, my daughter is a teacher. So my granddaughter held out her hands and said, "Hold me." And mommy said, "Use words." Just those 2 words. Immediately, my granddaughter changed her whole sentence. She said, "Mommy, would you come over here and hold my hands?" Their studies compare children who often watch TV with children who play with their parents. The children who have frequent and good interaction with their parents are much better at speaking and learning than children who often watch TV. When I was working at an elementary school in a nearby school district, conducting play therapy to 5 to 8-year-old kids, teachers identify at-risk kids in the classroom, and I would go to the classroom and bring the child to a playroom full of toys for 30 minutes a week. My only job was to give total and undivided attention to the child. Whatever they want to play, I complied. The theory behind it is from kindergarten to 3rd grade. If the children like school, they will be more acclimate in school and will have a better chance of academic success later on. I found out about the amazing power of giving children undivided attention and spending time focusing on playing with them. 倾听就是爱，了解中有医治。I have a quotation like that. There were funny stories. Some of the board games I did not know how to play. So a 5-year-old said to me, in a matter-of-fact way, "I don't think you should have a game here that you don't know how to play." I laughed and I asked him to teach me. Then I found out he may be less than honest about the rules. So I asked, "Are you sure this is the rule?" And he answered me, "Sometimes." I now apply those skills I learned at that time to teaching EQ to children one-on-one. In fact, play is a wonderful way of encouraging self-expression, and it also promotes self-healing. It is often said that playing mahjong reveals a person's character, so it is best for mother-in-law to play mahjong with a potential candidate when choosing her son-in-law. Children's play can also reveal their personalities and habits. Play is the ultimate learning opportunity. Children learn to obey rules, speak and write in multiple languages, master mathematics, spell hard words like a champion, understand colors, maintain balance, follow instructions, etc., etc., all just from playing. They learn to compete fairly, learn to be polite, and learn to get along with others. Children's original language is play. when they have not yet learned to express in words their unhappiness, anger, loneliness, etc. The Tao of play therapy is to help children express emotions which cannot easily be expressed in words. People often misunderstand play, thinking that only academic study is not a waste of time. Parents discover their children's interests, preferences, and specialties during play. Children genuinely enjoy learning new skills, overcoming challenges, building confidence, and releasing stress. The process of interaction between parents and children further enhances the quality of parent-children relationship. Choose a fun film which the whole family can watch together. Play a board game. Read books aloud. Be present and available while children do homework. Try out even some activities that you think are trivial. In companionship, children can feel the unconditional love of their parents. With a sense of security and trust, communication will not be a problem, and the quality will naturally arise. Children's appetites for learning will be well developed, and they have good and harmonious relationship with their parents. With those favorable circumstances, parents can exert great beneficial influence, and the children can yield to their parents' persuasion. As a grandma, I found out I became creative as well, trying to play with my grandchildren. When there was not a book handy, I used my hands. I said, let's have an imaginary book. So I turned the pages and I said their names. I said, so-and-so walked into a jungle and he found a little cabin and he saw an animal. And my granddaughter would say, a tiger. And my grandson would say, a monkey. So they make up the story along with me. So this is a wonderful tool just to have fun with them. Also, with the cheapest plastic toy, my grandchildren and I would do choo-choo train together. So playing, teaching, and influencing children requires great enthusiasm and patience indeed, but the reward is extremely satisfactory. For older children, 11 to 18 years old, parents can find out what the kids are good at, trying to help them to develop their passions and purpose. One student decided on her own to start a project. It's not about me, birthday gifting. She started to ask her friends who would buy her birthday present, using the money to donate to a designated charity. She got her friends to design websites and try to get others to do so. When the uncles and aunts donated some money to her cause, she made necklaces that hold the mask together to my grandchildren and put their name on it. She also wrote thank you card in Chinese to thank each one of us. Here's another story of purpose and passion. One summer, the father asked kids, what are the 5 things they want to do during the summer vacation? The one item both of them wanted to do is raising worms. So Daddy helped them to start a business. And my husband found this out online and drove all the way to their house to buy worms. The kids brought the worms out, collected the money, gave changes, explained how to keep the worm warm and use them later in the dirt. They also carry other items such as gloves, bags, boxes, and small gardening tools. They said they already paid back Daddy the money he helped them to start the business. Most of the money they earned would be to save for colleges. This is exactly what I said in one quotation of the 4 P's. Passion plus purpose equal to pleasure and profit. I'm going to show a 3-minute short film on spending quality time with children. Parents want to teach the child, but instead they learn a valuable lesson. Enjoy. 我们谈过5种爱的语言，其中之一呢就是精心的时刻 （quality time）。 父母如果只忙着工作或者自己也玩乐，而忽略了孩子，也是一种自私的表现。也许有人说，不是啊，我的工作是为了要赚钱，提供家人更好的环境和享受啊。可是我们要想想看，孩子需要什么？我们爱任何人的时候，都要用他需要的方法来爱他，所以是投其所好，而不是给己所要。父母们，你们认为现在有给孩子他们需要的陪伴吗？猴塞雷啊，我是 EQ Master 雷洛美老师。有一对很富有的父母，带着孩子到乡下，在农舍过夜，希望娇生惯养的独生子呢，能够看到别人辛苦的生活，就能够感恩自己所拥有的。回家的路上，父母问孩子：“你有没有看到他们都过的苦日子啊？”孩子回答：“虽然我们家后面有一个大院子，但是他们家后面有一望无边的草原。我们家后院呢，装了有很美丽的灯火，但是他们天上有无数闪亮的星星。我们家有漂亮豪华的游泳池，他们后面有一条更大更好玩的小溪。我们家有一只名贵纯种的狼狗，但是他们有好多牛羊。爸爸妈妈，谢谢你带我看到我们家有多穷啊！”我教亲子教育多年，其中呢也辅导和教导孩子，发现他们要的是父母的陪伴，而不是满山满谷的玩具。所以呢，买很贵的玩具给孩子自己玩，不如陪他们玩桌游，或者在院子里面跟孩子丢球。有的时候爸爸下班很累，希望看电视新闻，或者是继续对着电脑工作，甚至自己也玩电玩。妈妈同样的也是忙了一天，尤其职业妇女，上班很累，大部分回家以后，家事还是要妈妈承担，所以呢，对孩子的诸多要求就很不耐烦，而且有的时候呢，想要放松自己，所以在追连续剧。但是要记住哦，现在花时间陪孩子，有精心的时刻 （quality time）， 是跟父母年长以后，孩子与你陪伴的时间是对等的。所以呢，投资在孩子身上是稳赚不赔的。父母的话语是带着权柄，父母的陪伴是很有力量的。千万不要说伤人志气、触人眉头的话，譬如你就是这么不听话，从来没有见过你这么笨的孩子，跟你说过多少遍，你都听不懂，做不到。这些都是诅咒孩子的话。但是父母若是用肯定、赞美、鼓励的话语和学习有效的管教方法，加上呢以身作则和耐心的陪伴孩子，就能够带孩子走到成功、快乐、独立、成熟的道路。我是地雷探测员，今天都了解到如何避免踩到不给孩子精心时刻的地雷吗？陪伴孩子的确很重要。谢谢各位的收看，如果你喜欢的话，记得要按赞哦，并且订阅情感零地雷。我们下一次见，拜拜。